My ex-boyfriend liked to wear diapers and play as a little r/s credit. What is the most disgusting secret you're hiding right now? As a teenager I was abroad with my class. I shared a room with two other girls. One morning I went to the toilet and take a dump. I was shocked as I saw that the toilet flushing was not strong enough to wash it away. I panicked. So I grabbed it with toilet paper, wrapped it around and threw it as far as I could out of the window. I was once. This is awful. I'm so sorry. I still feel so bad. I was once delivering pizza and I couldn't find the address. So it took me a while to deliver. Upon reaching up the apartment complex I dropped the damn pizza. Didn't say a word and handed it to her. She left a nice tip. I'm so sorry. I dropped a human brain once in prep class and put it back like nothing happened and everyone was wondering what kind of head trauma that person died of. I broke up with someone once, because the main character in a TV show I was watching had also broken up with someone. He said that he just wasn't feeling the relationship and wanted out, and I was literally like, you know what? I feel that. And the next day when I saw my boyfriend at the time, I said that I wanted to break up cause I just didn't have as much of a connection with him as I thought I would when we started dating. Uncle confided in me that he stopped taking the medications that are keeping him alive because he can't handle the weight of his life. Currently trying to be there for him as much as I can, but haven't told anyone because I feel like it's his choice, and I'd likely want the same in his situation. He's just worn out and feels like he's done his time, and has already done what he can for the people around him. When I was younger, I would steal coins from my parents and when I had enough, I would bring them to my dad and had them changed to paper bills and he would be so proud of me for saving coins that he would buy me ice cream or sweet bread. When my sister was younger, probably around 2 to 4 age range, whenever she did something I asked her to do I gave her a dog bone as a reward. She never listened when we were younger, but as soon as I started giving her dog bones she was a different person. It was great. This was almost 20 years ago now and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for my meddling mom asking why her breath smelled like dog food randomly. During lockdown my sister had a meltdown because she thought I had stolen a pair of nail clippers shaped like a foot that she owned. I told her, truthfully, that I also had a pair and that she had stolen mine. They actually were hers. I found mine an hour later. Rather than tell her, I gave back hers and said if they mean so much to you you can have them. I then hid mine in her bag when she went back home after lockdown. She got there and found the 2 nail clippers and now believes that she was wrong and that the nail clippers she had a meltdown over were actually mine. A buddy of mine had a wife that used to be a stripper. She ended up leaving him for one of her patrons. Before she left him, she was impregnated by him, my buddy. She ended up marrying the guy she left him for and the newish dad is basically raising his kid. I'm still friends with both of them on Facebook since I was cool with both of them and her son definitely looks like him. This was maybe 7 to 8 years ago. I just shut the frick up about the whole situation. A girl from my school needed glasses after she got a snowball in her eye. The snowball came flying from the other side of the building, across the roof and hit her in the eye. This is 15 years ago. No one knows who threw that snowball, the shame. This isn't a story about a disgusting person but it involves a disgusting smell. In college a friend of mine wasn't prepared for an exam. Instead of studying, cramming, or risking failure he bought a bulk package of stink bombs that smelled incredibly foul, mostly like sulfur or rotten eggs. In the hour leading up to the exam he took said stink bombs and dropped 2 in every bathroom, 1 in each elevator, the stairwells in the building, trash cans in the hallways, anywhere he could think to stash these things. The university closed down the building for days because they thought there was a serious gas leak and he got an extra week to prepare for his exam. I'm pretty sure he still failed. My mental health is currently driving me crazy. I'm not sure why I can't just get better. I'm in therapy, I'm studying for my bachelor's in psych and I'm generally knowledgeable about mental illnesses, yet I still can't seem to get myself on the right track. I've been hitting myself lately when I'm angry or anxious for stress relief. I was sitting in the car the other day just thinking and envisioned myself banging my head on the window over and over till it was bloody and broken. I don't know why. I'm only diagnosed with anxiety. I haven't told my therapist and I don't want to. I always have this fear that no one will believe me or they'll think I'm faking. I've just been keeping it to myself and hoping my new prescription will help my anxiety and in turn make these feelings go away. My wife went out drinking with co-workers and got shit-faced. I had to struggle to get her inside. Blackout drunk, crying, puking, it was a nightmare and not the first time doing this. After putting her to bed, I SHD on the driveway next to her car door and told her she did it while drunk and told her the neighbor saw her do it. She found it going to work the next day. She has not went out drinking since, and this was 4 years ago. If she does drink, she's one and done. One of my friends was a vegetarian since childhood. We used to go out to dinner a couple times a month for years. Her favorite restaurant was a little Mexican place up the street from where she lived. One day I was there with a co-worker and the owner casually mentioned the salsa was so good because it included bacon and lard. I couldn't tell her. It was my horrible secret because I didn't want to ruin her favorite local eatery. I didn't want her to know she had broken her standard either. The guy was a really kind small business owner and I didn't want to deprive him of a customer, but I never took her back there again. My mother-in-law did this exact same thing but with a soup containing beef stock to some devout Hindu and vegetarian Indian students studying at our local university. She felt so bad and only realized her mistake after they thought it was delicious and wanted her recipe. She didn't have the heart to tell them. I have a medical issue that could easily be solved by a quick telemedicine visit, but I'm barely getting my bills paid right now, so I'm just dealing with it as best I can with over-the-counter treatments. It helps but doesn't take care of it completely and it just keeps coming back. I keep seeing this girl I went to college with and her wedding photos. We weren't close, but she decided to tell me and the rest of our group one day that she cheated on him at a sorority party and decided to not tell him. It would be so easy to let the guy know anonymously. I've been telling my family I have a job when I actually quit my job in December last year due to some things that happened at the workplace. I told them I got a different job. I didn't, but in truth I haven't worked a normal job at all this year. I'm 100% financially stable, my husband is the breadwinner, and we agreed that it's just better for me not to have a normal job right now so I can focus on school and then after school so I can homeschool kids when they come. As a job I focus on my art and taking care of the apartment. He still helps with cleaning before anyone gets upset. But I can't tell my family that, they don't understand. I do have a source of income in that I take art commissions and sell stickers and posters online, but my family doesn't accept that as a job. My sew brought these soup mugs when we moved in together, because she loves them. She's always claimed that they hold more stuff than any of the bowls at her old place, and she figured it would be true here, too. I disagreed, because our actual bowls really do look bigger, but she just called me an idiot, and we both laughed and went on. One day, I was home alone and washing the dishes. I ended up with some silverware, a bowl, a soup mug, and a smaller measuring cup left in the sink. She was right, and I'll hold that to my grave. I quit smoking 6 months ago after years of smoking, much to the delight of my non-smoker boyfriend. I would also use a vape, which I quit prior to quitting smoking, being completely nicotine-free and proud. And he was proud of me. Like 4 months ago I got a little disposable vape and I thought I would keep it at work and just get the 2 to 3 days of occasional vape hit enjoyment and stop again. I've bought so many. It's constantly hiding in my bra, purse, or in the tampon box in the bathroom. I feel so guilty and I can't stop again and he has no idea. It's the biggest secret I have. My friends don't even know, and it makes me feel so gross chewing on this thing in private while celebrating my 6 months without tobacco, which it still counts. He would be so disappointed if he caught me. That the reason I broke up with my ex-boyfriend is that he liked to wear diapers and play as a little. He also had severe codependent issues and wouldn't learn to drive. But mainly it was the diapers. I work as a nurse and I just couldn't look at him and think in an intimate manner towards him. I tried for 5 years to wrap my brain around it. When I broke it off with him he wouldn't tell anyone why and I looked like such an asshole, but I also refused to out his kink to anyone as it's not really my secret to share. Sigh. My vegan cousin just celebrated her 5th year of veganism for moral reasons. 2 Christmases ago I was in charge of putting together vegan pozole for her and I put chicken bouillon in it on accident and I'm gonna carry that secret with me forever. I made up a person. When I was in high school, I wanted to sound more popular so I made up a guy friend. He had an incredibly interesting backstory. This went on for years, well into college. I had the same friends so I couldn't just end the charade. The funny thing is all of these people, my family, my best friend, even my husband believe that they met this man. I never introduced them to anyone, but over the years, they all have different memories of seeing him. Finally, I just sort of phased him out, saying that we grew apart and lost touch. And yet, people will randomly ask me for updates on him. I just give vague answers and watch my husband smirk from across the room. My husband is the only person who knows the truth. I am so ashamed that I will never admit it. That lie was such a dumb thing that snowballed. I found out a couple months ago that my cancer came back after a year of remission, and I haven't told anyone I love yet. It's so peaceful to just spend more time with them before the walls come crashing down again.